What's up, YouTube? This is DJ Gaming from the DJ Gaming channel, and this is going to be another Gaming Common Sense, but I'm calling it Gaming Common Sense because I don't really know what else to call it. I've never really done anything like this. This is the end of the year, so I'm going to show you my top 15 websites that I've had all year, and I've had actually before that, but I'm just going to tell you my favorite 15 websites of the year. And the reason I'm starting off in a notepad is just so it doesn't give anything away from the beginning. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. My first website is theunderminegeneral.com. You don't have to write this down. I'll end up posting every single one of these URLs on the bottom of the description, so you don't have anything to worry about. You can just click it from there. This is the Undermine Journal, and say they update this every single hour, and it's World of Warcraft prices. So let me find my server. So you go to like Storm Scale Horde. Say you want, I don't know, the golem, which I've already tapped in before, of course, because I wanted to see the normal price. And it'll give you every single thing where something mentions the golem, and then it'll tell you when the last time it was on, which was less than an hour ago, and it was up for 30k, which is, I know, high, but my server is pretty low pop, so like all the prices are probably higher than yours. But you can do other things like Kang the Decapitator, Nether Weave Claw, anything you can think of, and it'll save it like every single time something's on the auction house. It'll save and tell you what price it was on there, even if it was something that isn't on there like lately, like something that was on there, I want to say half a year ago or something. It'll have that, and it'll say, okay, this was the last price of it. So I'm leaving this as one of my favorite sites because it's pretty useful when you play the auction house. Okay, the next one, of course, most people know this. If you're a raider, if you don't know this, then I would suggest you get this. Or if you used to have a lot of alts like me, I have 1690s, so this right here is like the best website ever for classes that you're not sure about what the stats are about. So you can go to like say optimize your character. You can also check on other people's characters, like if you're not sure if they're geared the way they should be. And I know that's kind of like you shouldn't be checking on other people's characters, but I check on other people's characters to help out friends, like my friend Hulkin. Help him out sometimes. So let's just like put something through. Let's say my warrior, and my warrior is not going to be optimized because I have non-PvP weapons that I use for PvE and PvP. But let's just go. I mean, it's already updated. Like anytime you get a new piece of gear, you gotta log out and you gotta and hit update from Armory. And this right here would update it from the World of Warcraft website. And since it updates like every time you log out, then then it'll be updated immediately. And then, anyways, what you're gonna do? You're gonna go over here. You're gonna check to make sure it's the correct spec for you. So, say well, actually, I'm in PvP gear, but I'm gonna just leave it in PvE. Anyways, say you're a warrior and you have multiple things, which this isn't a good example, so I'll switch it to I'll load my warlock since he has multiple different specs. Say you want a multi-target build for PvE, so you click that and then you hit optimize, and then see that'll give you the optimization for that multi-target build. And what you need to do, don't just click anything you can, say, because it could be like PvE for the default build. And what you do is read the description of each one of these and just see if that matches what you want to do or what you want to make your character do more. And you don't have to follow these to the T. Sometimes, I mean, you may find a little tweak that you like better than what this website does. This is just to help you if you're not sure what it does. Also, you can get their add-on, and the add-on will allow you to like save all your items in your bags and your banks and your like on your different characters and things. And what it'll do, you get on a different one character and you go, okay, which one of these items is the best item I can do, and you just upload it to here after you've saved all your items out of your bags. And it'll tell you, it's like, okay, well, you need to equip this instead of having this. And that's what's good about the add-on. My next website is more of like a news site. I'm big on the news, like latest tech news and things like that. So what this does is what I just said. It tells you the latest tech news, and sometimes it'll tell you like stuff that people's thinking about doing, stuff that people's made, and just trying to get like Kickstarters going, new movies, new gadgets, new ideas, things like that. And I just think this type of thing is cool. I guess I'm boring or whatever. I don't care. It's still cool to me. Anyways, this next one, most people probably know already, but so if you don't, I'm gonna ahead and show you. Gonna go ahead and show you. It's Kotaku, and this tells you like a lot of the current like gaming news. It's mostly gaming news. Sometimes it'll show other things. I guess when they're out of ideas, they show non-gaming news, like the story with the Japanese people lifting the train off of the woman and things like that. Those are non-gaming news, but for the most part, it's gaming news. Another thing is, or my next website's going to be similar to Kotaku, but they have different views on electronics and things. So I like to mention them as well, which is Max Console, and I go to them and Kotaku daily as well as like TechCrunch because I like having the latest information on the latest gadgets and things. And this right here is just, you know, one of the good websites. Another one is Torrent Freak. It gives you all the information on the current I don't know, status of the internet and your freedom, pretty much, like whether or not something's illegal, new laws they're making up about the internet, new like torrent things. Like I keep up with that. I'm gonna go ahead and say like some of these websites I'm gonna show you are, for me, borderline legal, but like for others they may be like seriously illegal. I don't know. I don't know the legality of it. It's not my job to tell you the legality of it. You can go visit them as much as you want. I don't think you will get in trouble. I've been doing it for years. Anyways, my next one is called SNES Fun. And what this does, has every single Super Nintendo game. I believe it's every single one on here. And what you can do is you can find one, and here's the controls right here. And you can also use a regular controller, like an Xbox controller or something, and remap your buttons using a program like XPadder. Anyways, you remap your buttons, and you can play any of these games. I'm not gonna play one because I don't want the music to play. As you see, it has quite a few games, and it made one of my top 15s because I don't know, I just like retro style things like that, and I thought it was a cool site since you don't have to download anything. My next site is gonna be this one. Basically, it's gonna be, or it's a website that allows you to remove backgrounds from any picture, and I'm gonna just demonstrate it real quick. Let's start up a new tab. I don't know. Let's go with the cube from Portal. So you're gonna save it. Now where is it? Oh, there it is. Now you're gonna drag and drop it. Okay, now what you're gonna do? You're gonna be faced with the option, this green dot, and you see on the left is where your mouse is gonna be, and on the right is gonna be your results. And you like what I like to do is I like to make it smaller, and that's the thing about it. This isn't really a Photoshop replacement. If you know how to do Photoshop, then it's probably better for you to do Photoshop. But if you're not very familiar with Photoshop, then this is really good for like creating logos and like cutting out things and stuff like that. So basically, you're gonna draw on the parts that you want to keep, like draw green on it, which is, I'm gonna keep all this. And then you're going to change it over to red. These are the parts you're not wanting to keep. And as you see, it's already pretty well cut out. And you can just like put change the little spots. Now see, I changed it to 5 pixel so I can get the little creases and things. And you see, that's almost perfect. But like, I mean, if you're like some kind of like logo maker or anything like that, you might want to go in and do a little bit closer to the edges and things. But this looks pretty good just for like a quick use. And then you just go to download and you download it to your computer, and it'll download this one, and not that one. And that's pretty easy for anybody. My next website has really nothing to do with gaming, but it can. This is for the people that are still in school, that maybe watch my videos are still in school. I figured I'd give you a way to cheat for essays. I know it's not really a good thing to cheat, but sometimes you might have a essay due like in 15 minutes and want to get something done to write it. Okay, so basically you would type in, I don't know, let's type in gaming, and it would bring up this word pad type thing, and any letter you type, it's gonna start typing stuff about it. And this isn't a very good example because apparently it's just like telling some bibliography or something about it. So let's go back to let's type in Civil War. See what they got on it. Anyways, you just type in whatever you want, and it'll tell you, it'll have like an essay that pops up. I'm not sure how to like auto do this, but you can go as long as you want. You can even hold down one letter, and it'll keep on typing. So it's pretty good for people who need an essay, and I think these come. I'm not sure where these come from. So that's that website. I hope you guys enjoy that. Next website is if you are a 90s person or you like the 90s shows or anything like that, and that's called Nick Reboot. It only drawed my attention because it has a bunch of 90s shows, and I grew up in the 90s, so it's kind of nostalgic for me. I paused it so it wouldn't be playing while I'm talking. But anyways, as you see, it's got like plenty of old shows. It's also got a IRC chat over on the right, so you're all watching the same show and you're talking about it and things that happened back in the 90s. So it's like all nostalgia, and you're reminiscing and things like that. So I kind of like this site when you do that type of thing. Okay, my next website is going to be kind of similar to this. It's called Veedle. Veedle is, on the surface, it looks just like a normal, like a streaming site, kind of like, I don't know, it's like Twitch TV or something. Like it is, but it isn't. Like most people on here do videos about, like, you can do Explore. You go to Explore and you go to All, and say I want to watch, I don't know, like a TV show. Say you want to watch, I don't know, I'm gonna do this really quick. Big Bang. You just click on like Big Bang Theory or something like that, and like I said, some of this stuff is borderline legal, illegal. I'm not sure how this one rates on the meter, but because you're not actually creating the content, but you're just going to a website to watch it. So this has made my favorite because if you're bored, you can go to this website and just like binge watch something until somebody gets home for you to hang out with or something like that. And if you have your computer hooked to your TV like I do, you can just sit back and watch it while you're doing other things, like doing dishes or something. So that's why it made my favorite, just because it's a good way to pass time if you ain't got anything better to do. My next thing is Dafont.com. It's a website with every single font you can think of. Like, say if you want to do like an old 70s style thing, you can do that. It works like all these fonts. You just download them and install them. They come in I think rare form, maybe zipped. I'm not sure. You download them, you open them up, and when they open up, you hit install font, and it'll automatically pop up, and it'll be in Photoshop. It'll be in it'll be in Premiere. It'll be in like your normal Microsoft Word. It'll be in all your font, and anything that like uses the fonts from your computer, it'll be in there. Okay, my next one is called fxguide.com. The reason this one's in here, this was for like video makers and things like that. This shows you how they made certain like title sequences and things like that. And I just thought it was cool. And there's also like people just basically spitballing about how to do things in VFX and how to do things in like Adobe After Effects and things like that. So that's why that made my one of my favorite 15. This next one is wonderhowto.com, and basically this shows you how to do nearly anything you can think of. Like even if you want to, I don't know, grow weed, like grow marijuana, which it's not my type of thing, but I'm not gonna judge. That's all up to you. But if you wanted to do that, then it's in here how to do it, the best temperatures and things like that. Even how to, I don't know, how to do things on Photoshop. I was trying to think of an idea. Anyways, it even show you how to do things on Photoshop if you want to do that. My next one, actually, this was a stand-in website because it's one of my favorites, but I wasn't going to use it. But it's a stand-in website because I had to make 15, and the website I was going to use is down now. I don't know why. It was a blog, but it was one that I really liked, but it's no longer available. Anyways, this is a thing that gives you little tips and things like that I thought was pretty cool. That's one of the reasons that it was made as a stand-in. So onto the, what is this? Oh, that was my search for the gaming picture. I was like, what the hell website is that? So that's my top 15 websites of 2013. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like my video, subscribe or share it with your friends on Facebook.